And I just believe that's part and parcel with that project, or the approach and curve, the slope and the curve of those approaches to the bridge.
I feel like that argument is being used inequitably on certain areas, and it is a fine line between opening up this area with a bridge and keeping it consistent with the character of the area. I'm listening to what the residents are saying. They'd be more than happy with just a bridge reopening of what was there. And I understand it's not to our specifications today, our standards, but there has to be some measure of accountability in how we're spending money and infrastructure costs. And emergency vehicles, if you're looking at the response time, I think it's been said 2.2 minutes is the difference in opening up this bridge. And spoke with Singerly, they don't necessarily have a lot of calls coming over to where they weren't using that bridge. And there is a substation on 272 that could access that area. I think it was the response, the volunteers that might be accessing that bridge to get to the substation possibly sooner.
Okay, road improvements, which is this section up here. Again, planning level cost estimate 800,000. Commissioner Mullen.
Since the approaches aren't going to be there, I'm going to be honest, there's no sense in doing those improvements if the approaches aren't in place.
There's no sense in doing the bridge if the approaches aren't there.
Commissioner Moore.
I say yes.
Commissioner Brumel and Commissioner Dunn. No. Okay, so that's a no-go on the road improvements, and we'll come back and we'll revisit the intersection improvements right here. Commissioner Mullen. Commissioner Moore?
Yes.
Commissioner Brumel?
No.
And Commissioner Dunn? No. Okay, so we'll tell Al, I will tell Al disapprove that purchase request. We'll stop work where we are on the intersection improvements. We'll stop work where we are on the road improvements, and we'll stop work where we are on the approach work, but we will proceed to complete the engineering and the design for the bridge replacement, and then we'll be back before I don't know whether this is good or bad. You're going to get another bite at the apple when I come back before you seeking authorization to advertise that bridge replacement project in the coming months. I guess I'm not quite sure when we think we're going to be ready. All right, so Phil tells me we've got some right-of-way acquisition we got to do, so that is not imminent. So we'll be able to let the dust settle.
I believe that moving forward in this direction is a waste of taxpayers' dollars in the amount of $800,000. That it does not make sense at all. I mean, to only put that bridge in is simply spending money, $800,000, when it doesn't accomplish the reason that we've been asked to do it.
Looking at the approaches again, what was the cost of?
1.7.
Right, that's about, the approach portion is about 1.7. Right, because if the bridge only is 800 and the total was 2.5, then if you back out the 800 out of the 2.5, that leaves 1.7.
That improve our situation there, I think.
When I was out there yesterday, yes, because that hairpin turn coming down into that bottom, I mean, that was